I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. I keep forgetting how things will never stay the same. I keep forgetting how we made it so clear. I keep forgetting, darling. Every time you're near. Shout out to Michael McDonald. What's up? It's your man Rico. Keep forgetting. It's your man Rico the Opinionist. Please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Get on over to my YouTube channel so y'all miss out. But look, I want to say this really quickly. Y'all been checking out the news lately. No, I try to get this stuff. Be busy. My mind be on other things, but I try to take time out. And tomorrow I'm gonna put some more videos on here as well. But I want to get this off my chest. I'm a proud graduate of an HBCU, the greatest university, in my opinion, that God ever sanctioned to be built. That is Grambling State University. I went there for undergraduate school, and I stayed around. I went to graduate school. Shout out to the Master Social Work program. Shout out to my undergrad psychology, criminal justice, Woodson Hall. What's up? I love my time there. It's a different experience. It's wonderful. It was wonderful. Lifelong friends, lifelong memories. And I'm sure if you went to an HBCU and you graduated from an HBCU, you'll know what I'm talking about. Because whenever HBCU grads get in the same room, we have some, if not the same, but very similar stories and experiences. Don't start talking. Don't you get us started on financial aid. Don't get us started on talking about the CAF and the food and the CAF and the parties on campus and all, just awesome. So I want to throw out some numbers. Because I always hear a lot of us online. We got the alumni groups and stuff, but every HBCU got an alumni group, and then we got these HBCU game days. We got HBCU Unlimited, HBCU's alumni. We got all kinds of alumni groups. Everybody gets supposed to be coming together to celebrate HBCUs and all kinds of HBCU fundraising, blah, blah, everything. You would think that HBCUs would be on sturdy footing financially and enrollment-wise, right? And I'm saying all this because this recent issue that took place in the news as it relates to these black students who are graduating from Harvard University. And they were upset because, Trump is throwing a whole lot of cuts across the country, and federal cuts. And I think a program that they enjoyed, something of affinity, some kind of affinity ceremony where, or in other words, they were having black graduation. They have their own black graduation. And I guess it came under the funding or something at Harvard. And they were, just all so upset that, dang, they about cut into our little affinity graduation where we get away from the white folks. We have our own in this white space. And I still don't understand. I'm going to get to all that in a second. But I'm going to say this. I know on a couple of Facebook pages and some group pages, I made this comment to the chagrin of some folks that upset some of these multiculturalists, intersectionalists, DEI blacks, diversity inclusion blacks. They were upset. It's like these multicultural blacks and these diversity equity blacks, they in whatever they are, they sure get upset when you talk about black only. I've never seen such a thing. You think I made that comment and a member of the KKK got upset. But no, these are black folks who get upset when you make black only statements or suggest black as being the way. A lot of folks don't believe Jesus was black. They think Jesus was actually blonde hair, blue eyes with the sun behind his head, and he ain't getting not one sunburn. And so, the white ice is colder. The white man's ice is cold. I'm telling you, they get offended. So I made this comment. I said, well, while those black students are bitching and who are bitter and even bitching and whining about the little cuts being made where they couldn't have their little black graduation or their affinity. What the hell is that? Their affinity graduations. You know, HBCUs have black graduations every semester with little to no threats of funding being cut or having any kind of funding issues. And that me saying that upsets some black folks. And in a way I do that to try to measure the temperature of the room, or the black room, if you will. A lot of us full of shit. I said, you know, because I let you know that I'm not that far off the mark when I do the gauging of the black temperatures. Because I'll keep sharing with y'all. Y'all can Google these numbers. In one hand, we need to save our HBCUs. All these cuts. No, Trump cutting funding. Our schools are in jeopardy. And our black schools are in jeopardy by these conservative Republican cuts and blah, blah, blah. The states are cutting the funding for the black schools. Okay, great. I'm with all of that. But then, did I tell y'all another video? I listen to what black folks say, but I pay attention to what we do. We all cry out loud. I love black people. I love HBCUs. Oh, they're the greatest. But here are the facts. Roughly 249,000 black kids attend HBCUs. You hear what I just said? Go Google. I may be off by 1,000 or 2 or something. 249,000 black kids. Out of 45 million black people, only 249,000 black kids attend 100 HBCUs, and I think one is about to close even as I speak. But 2.8 or 2.9 million black kids attend white universities and colleges. No, I'm not penalizing. I'm just giving you the facts. See, I'm trying to juxtapose, or I'm trying to put it together, your words and your actions. See, your mouth say one thing, but what you send your children, black folks, is another. And I don't want to hear none of your goddamn excuses about, well, they might not have the programs. Sometimes it's about the cost. Harvard costs more than any HBCU. Well, they don't always have, it's always an excuse, a reason not to go to HBCU. But let me make it easy for y'all. It's 45 million black folks. Let's say your child is not majoring in one of those tough majors, I guess, aeronomics, something major, deep engineering, something like that. And you may have to go to another school for that. I get it. Or a specialty technical school. I understand that. I'm not a closed-minded fool. I know that. But if your son or daughter is majoring in any liberal art, or liberal art, like criminal justice, social work, nursing, psychology, English, any of that, why can't they go to HBCU? If you got a child and they're majoring in English and psychology and sociology, they go to a PWI, you full of shit. Because all HBCUs offer all liberal arts. So that lets me know y'all full of shit. Y'all, don't like nobody to say it out loud. And you don't have to send all your children. Some of you might have 4 kids. 1 or 2 of them can't go to HBCU. And I'm saying that because we get online and we get the cussing and fussing. If y'all think it's a Republican or a MAGA in your state or federally cutting dollars, there they go, cutting the black school. But y'all, you black, there's a lot of you who are HBCU graduates don't even send your kids. You don't send your kids to HBCUs. So that's why, look y'all, I just be chilling. I don't mean no harm, I swear I don't, but I'm not gonna act like I don't hear and see what I hear and see. I know a lot of people like, well, I ain't gonna say nothing about it. It's cool. I've been taking hits since I was, like in junior high school for saying stuff. And one guy gonna try to say, well, you out here trying to shame and guilt people. I ain't trying to shame and guilt nobody. I'm just trying to match your words to your actions. Did y'all hear what I said earlier? We got HBCU is about to close even as I speak. Now, some of you might say, well, hell, if it's 44 million black folks, how many students you think can fit at HBCUs? Only 100 of them. All 100 HBCUs should have a waiting list around the goddamn university. And some of y'all are business majors and economic majors, and y'all still go to PWIs. Y'all don't understand the mathematics. How do you keep a business can't continue to thrive or even continue to exist without what? Customers. So if y'all not sending your kids to HBCUs, how are they supposed to remain open when we don't even go to our own damn schools? And I just think we play HBCUs just like, you know, the big girl on Friday and Saturday nights when we strike out, or the ugly guy who you normally wouldn't date, but you can't get the man you want, but he got some money, so you'll go ahead and give him a shot. That's how we treat HBCUs. We don't treat HBCUs the way we talk about them and with such glorious conversations, the way we just hype them up, but the hype doesn't meet the action. It's more like hypocrisy. HBCUs is blah, blah, my black college, and what for this? It prepared me for this, but it couldn't prepare your son or daughter the way it prepared you, you Mr. or Ms. Successful Mother Lover. You graduated from Southern, you graduated from Grambling, you graduated from Mississippi Valley, Harriet Stowe, Clark. You graduated from all these HBCUs, Elizabeth City. Is that right? Elizabeth City State University. You graduated from Russ College, Lamorne on, and you became an upper management, a successful business owner, a CEO, or high up in higher education. But your son, but it's not good enough for your son or your daughter to go? Y'all gonna answer these goddamn questions out loud one of these days. Because I'm gonna keep asking the questions. When is your love for HBCUs? When is your action gonna match up with the so-called love we have for HBCUs? And you know, Dallas doesn't have a large population of blacks. A lot of you probably didn't know that, did you? So the little HBCU here, Paul Quinn, they ain't hardly no black folks. There's mostly Hispanics. They ain't hardly there. You know, and so when you go to Paul Quinn, you ain't gonna hardly see no black folks there, because I think black people are like 25% of the population in Dallas, something like that. The rest of the population is everybody else. But places like Memphis, Tennessee, and Atlanta, you know, did y'all know there's an HBCU in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee? There's approximately 429,000 black people out of the 680-some thousand people that make up the city of Memphis. 429,000 of those folks are black folks. Lamorne is a small, historically black HBCU, or historically black college. It's a college. It has probably the max enrollment about 900. And don't you know that school? Y'all gonna correct me, because you know if I'm lying, y'all correct me. But that school in my hometown, and they graduate about 10,000 black students, at least 8 to 10,000 black students every year. And that school never has a waiting list. And where the school is located, Lamorne College should be at the same pace or the same size as the University of Memphis, or all those black people in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. But they make sure that Christian Brothers keeps a lot of blacks. They make sure that the University of Memphis keeps a ton of blacks. They make sure that even the little school that, well, Rose College doesn't have, where Jasmine Crocker went, it costs like $60,000 a year. So they only have like 20 blacks up in there, so I'm not going to throw them in the loop. But they make sure all the other PWIs in the city of Memphis filled with black folks. But that little one small black college, Lamorne, and they would scrap for cash. You know, my school, Graham State University, it should. They can't get past 5,000 students after. Yeah, we had, I think in the 90s when I was in school, we got up to like 8,000 or 9,000, because we had at least 5,000 students, 5,000 or 6,000 on campus alone. You know, these folks go on my campus, a lot of dorms are empty, and that's in the fall. So we playing games. So y'all quit crying about tomorrow. They ain't know if the states are cutting the budgets, that they ain't getting no funding. No, the HBCUs are suffering because they don't have any black customers. That's why. And so the administration at these HBCUs, instead of them upping their recruitment efforts, they're going out and trying to get other people. Yeah, there go the foundation of a HBCU. When there's nobody there, no black folks there. It's weird. It's the weirdest behavior. So y'all cut that. So to you Harvard, to all y'all to go to these PWIs and crying about it, shut the F up. Stop crying about how you being mistreated at PWIs when you got at least 100 goddamn HBCUs. We should have at least, let me tell y'all something, there should be at least 2,000 HBCUs in this country. 45 million blacks. There should be at least 2,000 thriving HBCUs in this country. I'm telling you, that's why, look, I'm telling y'all, that's why I keep talking about our scholars. Because somewhere in between 1995 and 1999, black Americans stopped reading our books. Because there's nothing else to explain this behavior. You know, our scholars, they Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben Yakahanan, Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, Brother Neely Fuller, Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, Dr. Julia Hale, Dr. Nathan Hale, all these scholars. It went on, Franz Fanon, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, Dale Jones, the scholars. They went on. They lived their lives. Minister Farrakhan lived their lives. He's still alive. He's about to be, well, he's in his 90s now, still trying to teach Negroes. Dr. Claude Anderson, about to be 90, still trying to teach Negroes about powernomics. And black labor, white wealth, still trying to teach it. It's like, but then we crying about stuff that we can prevent. See, when we talk about inappropriate behavior, what Dr. Claude Anderson is talking about then, check out the video, Inappropriate Behavior. It's a video on YouTube. If you got an hour and 54 minutes, sit down, put it in your ears and while you're at work. Or when you're driving a long distance, put that in your ear and let it play. Then listen to it again. Then go to his next video, The Exceptional People. Exceptional People. Dr. Claude Anderson, I'm telling you, we stopped reading our books between, let me give it to like 98, 99 to 2000. When we officially stopped reading. Because a lot of our folks are just kind of retarded. We're so busy trying to be intersectionality, inclusive, multicultural, multiracial, and all this other shit don't have nothing to do with black progress. Y'all want to know something else? This is crazy. Doing the weirdest thing, like, again, them folks at Harvard. All right, okay. Let me tell y'all something. You think you come and go into these Ivy Leagues. We got Ivy Leagues too. It's called Howard, Spelman, Grambling. Y'all know I'm going to keep throwing up Grambling. I know it's a lot of work that needs to be done, but I'm just saying it. You know, we have Ivy League schools. We have Ebony League schools. I mean, we only pro-black, I guess, when we think somebody looking and we trying to, like, thumb our nose up at somebody. Yeah, I'm black and I'm proud. But I think those are just slogans. Don't know about black people today don't feel that in their hearts. And those of us who do, they tell us we too pro-black and we're closed-minded and, you know. And I remember a young lady I was messing with. She went to a PWI. It was just a little hot little fling. And I almost stopped talking to her when she said this silliness. Well, I'm gonna go to hey Adrian, don't mention that Boyce Watkins. He's a simp. Okay, go ahead. All right, I guess when it comes to economics, when he started talking about other stuff, I'm gonna give him thumbs down. But okay. But anyway, yeah, Dr. Claude is the truth. I've been trying to tell people they don't want to do it. They don't want to listen. Maybe because it's me. You know, I think I've developed a reputation over 30 years. Being you know, labeled as the militant one, all that kind of stuff, like it hurts people's feelings or something. But yeah, you got these black folks go to these PWIs and be crying about mistreatment. Are y'all serious? That's weird. It's like somebody going to jail and say, I want to complain about the goddamn food here. It's weird. You got somewhere you can go and study in peace. You ain't never got to worry about nobody saying go home N-word or spray painting something on your car or your dorm room door or hanging a noose somewhere on campus. You ain't got to worry about that. And then you think you have you've completed a great feat when you graduate from the University of Mississippi. What Negro still goes to Ole Miss? A bunch of ignorant. Go to a lot of these schools that can't stand Negroes. And y'all come out here. Now, let me tell y'all something about these PWI black graduates. It's a mess. They go there and they get the as Kwame Brown would say, they get their drawers kicked up their ass by that environment. Then they come out acting all uppity and stuck up like they're better than HBCU graduates. Knowing damn well they got some secret shame and resentments and anger, but they take it out on black folks. No, you chose to go there and be in them classes and let them holler N-word and all that kind of mess. I knew some people was working on doctors that, and they sit there and let the white professors talk so crazy to them. And then you look at these Negroes today, they act like they doo-doo don't stink and everything. Now, doo-doo was thrown on them while they was working on their doctorates. You look at a lot of these black folks that got their doctors out of these what they think are prestigious white schools. You can't tell them Negroes and Negresses nothing. But they won't tell you about all the bullshit they went through. See, when you're at home, you ain't got to worry about all that. You know what the food gonna taste like. Your professors know who you are. You know everybody around there. And tell me this, y'all. And to anybody that's from Atlanta, if y'all see T.I. or Killer Mike, those two refer to Atlanta as Wakanda. How in the hell does an HBCU close down in Wakanda? Morris Brown just now opened back up, what, a year ago, 2 years ago? How the hell does an HBCU shut down in Atlanta? Y'all think I'm lying? Y'all think I'm making this stuff up? And I tell you, there's something wrong with the American Negro today. They lying. Atlanta now. These two refer to Atlanta as Wakanda, and a damn university that that was created for black students shut down for years, collecting dust. So I'm like, y'all get out of here, man. Y'all playing games. Again, I'm going to put your actions with your words. But anyway, black folks love HBCUs. Yeah, right. And guess what? There's going to be some more. There's some Negroes waiting right now to get into Harvard. And those of you who want to get into Harvard or Yale and all this, and y'all got your little nonsense going on, don't get your ass on social media complaining. Just keep your little slow ass there. Take that beating and come on out. Maybe you'll go to grad school at HBCU or something. Get you some of that seasoning, that cayenne pepper onions. Get you some of that seasoning, some of that Lawry, some of that soul seasoning in your life. And I think every black kid in America, and I'm even trying to help y'all out, if they're majoring in a liberal arts, sociology, psychology, criminal justice, education, business, economics, I say education, even nursing, all of y'all know political science, all of that, art, history. You should be attending an HBCU. No excuses. English. Anyway, it's your man Rico. Rico, the opinion is like, share, and subscribe. We're gonna get it together one day. Hell, it's 2025. Might be too late. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.